Hey, what's up? It's Andy. Welcome back to my channel. Now, ideally, I would have liked to get this video up like the first of the month, but I'm here now and that's all that matters. This video is gonna be all about Explore-A-Thon, so let's get to it. Explore-A-Thon is a month-long readathon taking place the whole month of November. My friend Layali is a host for Team Lazeeran, so go lizard people. It's the closest I could get to a snake, so what can I say? So basically each prompt is a planet and there's a reading challenge associated with each one. There are 18 prompts altogether. There is a challenge to do a buddy read, a challenge to make a YouTube video, which I'm doing now, and some fun Twitter and Instagram challenges. I will link all the information for this readathon and the creator Allie's information down below. I'm just here to show you some, not all, of the books that I plan on reading. It's already the 9th of the month as I'm filming this, so some of them I've already read. And I'll just tell you different challenges that each book could apply for. First and foremost, The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake. This is a new favorite. This counts for a few challenges. Blue on the cover. It has foliage in the background there, some kelp looking stuff. It counts as diverse. The main character is bisexual, and there is a lot of mental health rep in this book as well. This would also count as emotional. It's a 2019 release, which is one of the challenges. And there's also orange on the cover. There's a little bit of a gradient going on. I read this and gave it 5 stars. I will talk more about this not in a TBR video, so look for more discussion from me on this book. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I just started today. This is my buddy read with Leah and Layali, as always. This counts for quite a few prompts as well. It's fantasy, over 500 pages, diverse, must survive, and also the challenge of read a book with a cruel main character or war. 80 pages into this right now and I'm so here for it. Verity is a suspense romance / thriller. Why does my lighting keep changing? It's fine, I guess. I chose this for the prompt of read a book that's scary or atmospheric. This could also count for a cruel main character, emotional, and must survive, possibly. Possibly an unreliable narrator, but that's what I had originally picked this up for, but I don't think it really exactly goes. I did finish this and gave it 4 stars. It's really messed up, but it was good and definitely a page turner. So speaking of unreliable narrator, for that prompt, I want to read Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. I'm on a big Stephen King kick now. And there's a movie to this starring the one and only Kathy Bates, so I might have to watch that. Full disclosure, the reason that I had heard about this book and looked into it was because I saw it on Instagram. And these pages, though. I did look up some reviews and it turns out Dolores is definitely an unreliable narrator. And this could be scary or atmospheric as well. It involves murders. Another one I want to read is Binti Home. This is the 2nd book in this series. And this is going to count as my sci-fi book, but this would also count as blue on the cover. And for the prompt to read a book under 200 pages or a graphic novel. And it's also a diverse book. Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson is what I'm going to read for the prompt to read a book that starts with the letter S. And this is also a fantasy. And it is also beautiful Slytherin green, so there's that. The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh is what I read for the prompt of Read a 2019 release. And spoiler alert, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Look to see this in a fun vlog coming up. While we're at it, let's talk about the other book that I've already finished, The Testaments by Margaret Atwood. This is the sequel to The Handmaid's Tale and I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. I've read this for the prompt of read a book that has a caste system or slaves. It would also count for blue on the cover, emotional, and must survive. November is also nonfiction November, so the next couple books are some nonfictions. Things We Didn't Talk About When I Was a Girl by Jeannie Vanasco. I heard about this from my good friend Leah, who is actually one of her students and has met her and had her copy of this book signed. I'm making this count the prompt of read a book with blue on the cover, but this would also definitely be emotional. Unfollow by Megan Phelps Roper. I talked about this in a previous video. The author is a friend of my friend Layali's, and she recommended this book to me. There is a prompt in this readathon that is just pick a book of your choosing. This is my pick for that prompt. This is also emotional and a 2019 release. I forgot to say this is a 2019 release also. And the last nonfiction is Three Women by Lisa Taddeo. And there's a prompt that is to read a book featuring an AI or numbers in the title. So 3, that's a number. This is what I picked for that prompt. I'm sure this is also emotional, and it is also a 2019 release. And speaking of emotional, the book that I'm choosing for this prompt is my book club book, A Heart and a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. Definitely heard that this is very emotional, and I had to make it pick for one of these prompts since I was reading it anyways. Now let's talk about a couple of the group books I plan on reading. The group book for Team Lazeeran is Crown of Coral and Pearl. You can make a group book count for one of the other prompts. So I think this is going to be my pick for the fantasy prompt. Don't really know much about this, but Layali already read it and gave it 4 out of 5 stars. She enjoyed it. So I'll have to see what I think. One of the other team's group books is The Leap Year by Kim Liggett. This is a book that I've been excited to read for a while now. I'm gonna make it count as the prompt of must survive, because when these girls turn 16, they're taken into these woods and some of them don't come back, so they gotta try to survive. Bloom is a graphic novel about a male-male relationship. I am gonna make this count for the prompt of read a book with foliage on the cover, because there's all this scenery going on and palm trees and all that. This is also diverse and a 2019 release and blue on the cover. It's all blue actually. And also the prompt to read a graphic novel. One last honorable mention that I want to talk about, even though I don't plan on reading it this month, is Crier's War by Nina Varela. This is just gorgeous how the colors change, but that's not the point. This counts for quite a few challenges too. This features a war. It's a 2019 release and it's diverse. We've got some female-female relationships and possibly must survive. I mean, there's a war going on, so I assume there's some danger. Recently picked this up. I just wanted to give it a little shine moment. Okay, now I've got books kind of strewn all around me and I feel like I've talked forever. So let me know if you are also participating in Exploreathon. As I've mentioned before, I will leave links to information down below. Also, while you're in the description box, go ahead and check out some of my social media. Subscribe if you want to see more from me, and check out some other videos if you're interested. And until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!